What if the old 1957D or 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny lying in your collection is actually worth far more than just 1 cent? These small copper coins were minted decades ago at the famous Denver Mint and feature the legendary portrait of Abraham Lincoln, making them a true piece of American history. Today, collectors around the world are searching for well-preserved examples of these coins, especially those in mint condition with clear details and original shine. Some rare varieties of the 1957D and 1953 wheat pennies have even been sold for surprisingly high prices in the collector's market. So before you ignore that old penny in your pocket or coin jar, you might want to take a closer look, because this tiny coin could be hiding a value that might truly shock you. Watch till the end to discover the real worth of these historic 1-cent coins. The 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of those coins that may look very ordinary at first glance, but when you take a deeper look into its background, history, composition, and collector demand, it becomes a fascinating piece of American numismatic heritage. This coin was struck in 1957 at the well-known Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark found just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. Like all Lincoln Wheat Pennies produced between 1909 and 1958, this coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front. This design was originally created by Victor David Brenner in honor of Lincoln's 100th birthday back in 1909, and it became the first regular-issue United States coin to feature the image of a real historical figure. By 1957, this design had already been in circulation for nearly half a century, making it one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history at that time. The reverse side of the 1957D penny displays the classic wheat ears design, often referred to as the wheat cent style. 2 stalks of wheat curve along the edges of the coin, symbolizing prosperity and unity, while the words 1 cent and United States of America appear boldly in the center, along with the national motto, E pluribus unum, at the top. This design remained in use until 1958, after which it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Because of this, the 1957D wheat penny is among the final issues of this historic wheat design series, giving it additional sentimental and collectible value among coin enthusiasts who appreciate transitional or end-of-era coinage. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters, with a smooth edge that distinguishes it from reeded coins like dimes and quarters. These pennies were struck in extremely large numbers, with the Denver Mint producing over 1 billion examples during that year. Because of this high mintage, the coin is generally considered common in circulated grades. However, the real value of this coin depends heavily on its condition. Coins that have been heavily circulated over decades may show significant wear, scratches, fading details, or discoloration, reducing their market value to only a few cents above face value. On the other hand, coins that have been preserved in uncirculated or mint state condition can be worth significantly more, especially if they retain their original red luster from the time they were minted. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1957D penny lies in its potential for rare varieties and high-grade examples. Collectors often search for coins that display doubling in the lettering or date, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other minting anomalies that occurred during the production process. While the famous 1955 double die penny is far more well-known, minor double die varieties have also been reported in some 1957D coins, which can increase their desirability among specialists. Additionally, coins graded in higher mint state levels by professional grading services are often sold for much higher prices at auctions and private sales. A well-preserved 1957D penny in MS65 red condition, for example, may command a price that surprises those who assume all pennies are nearly worthless. Color also plays a major role in determining the value of a 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny. Collectors typically categorize these coins into 3 color groups: brown (BN), red-brown (RB), and red (RD). Brown coins have usually been exposed to air and environmental elements for many years, causing the original copper surface to oxidize and darken. Red-brown coins retain some of their original mint color along with signs of aging, while fully red coins still shine with the bright copper appearance they had when first produced. Naturally, Red examples are the most desirable and often the most valuable, especially in higher grades where surface preservation is excellent. Despite its common status in circulated form, the 1957D Wheat Penny holds an important place in the broader Lincoln cent series because it represents the closing chapter of the wheat design era. Just 1 year later, in 1958, the final wheat pennies were produced before the design was permanently changed. This means that coins from the late 1950s, including the 1957D, are often collected by those aiming to complete a full set of Lincoln Wheat Pennies from 1909 to 1958. For beginner collectors, the 1957D penny is often an accessible entry point into the hobby due to its availability and relatively low cost in average condition. For advanced collectors, however, the challenge lies in locating specimens that are nearly flawless, with strong strike details and minimal surface marks. Over the decades, many of these pennies have been lost, melted, or heavily worn through everyday use in commerce, making high-quality examples more difficult to find today than one might expect given the original mintage numbers. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow worldwide, even common-date wheat pennies like the 1957D are gaining renewed attention from collectors who appreciate their historical significance and vintage appeal. Whether found in an old jar, inherited from a family member, or purchased from a coin dealer, this small copper coin serves as a tangible connection to mid-20th century American history and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln himself. In today's collector market, the true worth of a 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny ultimately depends on its grade, color, and rarity of any minting errors it may possess, reminding us that even the most ordinary-looking coins can sometimes hold unexpected value when examined closely. Another important point to understand about the 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny is the way strike quality can affect both its appearance and its collector value. Not all coins minted in the same year or even at the same mint come out with the same level of detail. Some 1957D pennies were struck with slightly worn dies, which resulted in softer features on Lincoln's hair or weaker lines in the wheat stalks on the reverse. Collectors often look very closely at these details, especially the sharpness of Lincoln's jawline, the clarity of the lettering, and the definition of the wheat grains on the back of the coin. A sharply struck coin with bold design elements is usually considered more desirable than one with a weak strike, even if both coins show similar levels of wear. Storage and environmental exposure over time have also played a major role in the survival of these coins in collectible condition. Copper is a reactive metal, which means it can easily change color or develop spots if exposed to moisture, air pollution, or improper handling. Many 1957D pennies that were stored in humid environments may now display dark toning, fingerprints, or even small corrosion marks. This is why collectors often emphasize the importance of proper coin storage using protective holders or albums that prevent direct contact with air and oils from the skin. Coins that were saved shortly after minting and kept in dry, stable conditions are much more likely to retain their original mint luster and vibrant red surfaces, which can significantly increase their market appeal. The role of third-party grading services has also become increasingly important in determining the value of coins like the 1957D Wheat Penny. Professional grading. Companies evaluate coins based on a standardized scale that measures wear, surface preservation, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. A coin that appears to be in excellent condition to the untrained eye may still receive a lower grade due to tiny scratches or contact marks visible under magnification. On the other hand, a certified high-grade example with strong visual appeal can command a premium price among collectors who are willing to pay more for quality and authenticity. As a result, some collectors choose to submit their best 1957D pennies for grading in hopes of verifying their condition and increasing their resale potential. In addition to grading, the growing popularity of online coin marketplaces and auctions has made it easier than ever for collectors to buy and sell wheat pennies from different parts of the world. This global accessibility has helped maintain steady demand for late-date wheat cents, including the 1957D issue. While it may never reach the extreme rarity of earlier key-date Lincoln cents, its status as one of the final wheat penny issues ensures that it remains relevant within the hobby. Collectors building complete Lincoln cent sets often seek out high-quality examples of every date and mint-mark combination, and the 1957D fills an essential spot in that historical timeline. It is also worth noting that the sentimental value of these coins can sometimes outweigh their monetary worth. Many people discover 1957D pennies in old family collections or inherited coin jars, connecting them to memories of previous generations who once used these coins in everyday transactions. During the late 1950s, a single penny could still purchase small items such as candy or postage supplements, making these coins a part of daily life in a way that modern currency rarely achieves today. Holding a 1957D wheat penny can therefore feel like holding a small piece of living history, reflecting a time when even the smallest denomination had meaningful purchasing power. As interest in vintage coinage continues to rise among new collectors, coins like the 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny are often recommended as a starting point for beginners who wish to learn about grading, preservation, and historical coin design. They are affordable in lower grades, widely available for study, and yet capable of offering surprising value when found in exceptional condition. Over time, as more collectors seek to complete their wheat penny collections, the demand for top-quality examples may continue to grow, especially for coins that exhibit original surfaces and minimal signs of handling. Ultimately, the 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny serves as a reminder that value in coin collecting is not always determined by rarity alone. Condition, color, historical context, and collector demand all work together to shape how much a coin might be worth in today's market. Even though millions were produced, finding a truly pristine example more than 6 decades later is not as easy as it may seem. That is why collectors continue to search through rolls, albums, and estate collections in hopes of uncovering a hidden gem among what might otherwise appear to be ordinary pocket change. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny from the Philadelphia Mint, often referred to as the 1953 1-cent coin even though it carries no visible mint mark, is a fascinating piece of mid-20th century American coinage that continues to attract attention from collectors around the world. During this period, coins struck at the Philadelphia facility typically did not include a mint mark, which can sometimes confuse beginners who expect to see a letter beneath the date. This particular coin features the timeless profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design that had already become deeply associated with American identity since its introduction in 1909. Created by sculptor Victor David Brenner to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, this portrait marked a historic moment in United States coinage, as it was the first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating American coin. By 1953, this design had already been in use for over 4 decades, reinforcing its place as one of the most recognizable coin portraits in the world. The reverse side of the 1953 penny displays the traditional wheat ears design that defines the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. 2 curved stalks of wheat frame the 1 cent and United States of America, while the motto, E pluribus unum, appears above them. This reverse design symbolized agricultural strength and national unity and remained in use until it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Because the wheat design was approaching the end of its production life by the early 1950s, coins from years like 1953 are often viewed by collectors as part of the closing chapter of this historic series. For many numismatists, assembling a full set of Lincoln Wheat Pennies from 1909 through 1958 includes securing a well-preserved example from the Philadelphia issue of 1953. In terms of composition, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny was made from 95% copper, with the remaining 5% consisting of tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters, maintaining the standard specifications used for most Lincoln cents produced before the major composition changes of the early 1980s. Its smooth edge and rich copper color gave it a distinctive appearance when it was first released into circulation. Over time, however, exposure to air, humidity, and handling has caused many surviving examples to develop darker tones or surface spots. This natural aging process, known as oxidation, is common in copper coins and often results in a color shift from bright red to brown. The total mintage of the 1953 Philadelphia penny exceeded 250 million coins, making it relatively common in circulated condition. However, like many coins with high production numbers, its true collectible value depends greatly on its condition and surface preservation. Coins that spent decades in everyday circulation may exhibit worn details, flattened features, or small scratches that reduce their desirability among collectors. On the other hand, coins that were set aside shortly after minting and preserved in coin albums or protective holders can retain much of their original mint luster. These uncirculated examples, especially those that still display a vibrant red color, are significantly more sought after and may command higher prices in the collector market. Color classification is an especially important factor in evaluating the 1953 penny. Collectors typically categorize copper coins into three main groups: brown, red-brown, and red. Brown coins have usually experienced extensive oxidation and have lost most of their original shine, while red-brown coins retain some of their mint color mixed with signs of aging. Fully red coins are considered the most desirable because they maintain the bright, fiery copper tone that the coin had when it was first struck. Such examples are often difficult to find after many decades, as even minimal environmental exposure can gradually alter the coin's surface appearance. Another interesting aspect of the 1953 Philadelphia penny is the possibility of mint errors or die varieties. While most coins from this year were produced without major anomalies, some examples may display minor doubling in the lettering or date, off-center strikes, or small die cracks caused by imperfections in the minting equipment. These unique characteristics can add an extra layer of appeal for collectors who specialize in error coins. Even subtle variations in strike quality or surface finish may influence how a coin is graded by professional grading services, which in turn affects its market value. Coins from 1953 also carry historical significance beyond their numismatic appeal. During the early 1950s, the United States was experiencing post-war economic growth and industrial expansion, and coins like the Lincoln cent were an essential part of daily commerce. At that time, a single penny still held meaningful purchasing power, contributing to everyday transactions in a way that modern cents rarely do today. As a result, surviving examples of the 1953 penny serve as small yet tangible reminders of a period when copper coinage played a vital role in the nation's economic life. Over the years, many 1953 pennies have been lost, melted for their copper content, or simply worn beyond recognition through continuous use. This gradual attrition means that well-preserved examples are becoming increasingly difficult to locate, particularly those that remain in high mint state grades. As interest in coin collecting continues to expand globally, even common-date wheat pennies like the 1953 Philadelphia issue are gaining renewed appreciation for their historical charm and vintage character. Whether discovered in an inherited coin collection or obtained from a coin dealer, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny offers collectors a direct connection to the closing years of the classic wheat cent era and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln's presence on American currency. As collectors continue to study and evaluate the 1953 Philadelphia Lincoln Wheat Penny, attention often turns toward subtle differences in strike quality that can influence both appearance and long-term desirability. Even though millions of these coins were produced in a single year, not every example was struck with the same precision. Some coins may show weaker detail in Lincoln's hair or along the lines of the wheat stalks on the reverse due to worn dies used during mass production. Others may display sharper features with more defined lettering and stronger design elements, which typically make them more attractive to collectors seeking higher-grade specimens. These small differences can become very important when a coin is examined under magnification, particularly by experienced numismatists who value clarity and uniformity in the design. Handling and storage over the decades have also played a major role in determining how well these coins have survived to the present day. Copper is a reactive metal that can easily change color when exposed to environmental factors such as moisture, temperature changes, and airborne pollutants. Many 1953 pennies that were kept loose in drawers or jars developed darker toning or small surface marks caused by friction with other coins. In contrast, those that were placed in protective albums or coin holders shortly after minting often retained much of their original mint luster. This preservation of surface quality is one of the main reasons why some examples appear significantly brighter and more visually appealing than others from the same year. Professional grading has become an essential part of the modern coin collecting world, and it plays a crucial role in determining the market value of a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Coins are evaluated on a standardized scale that measures wear, strike strength, surface condition, and overall eye appeal. A coin that looks nearly perfect to a casual observer might still receive a slightly lower grade due to microscopic contact marks or minor imperfections visible only under close inspection. Conversely, a certified high-grade coin with minimal blemishes and strong original color can achieve a premium price among collectors who are willing to invest in quality pieces for their collections. In recent years, online marketplaces and international coin auctions have made it easier for collectors from different regions to acquire vintage wheat pennies, including the 1953 Philadelphia issue. This broader access has helped maintain steady demand for coins that might otherwise have remained overlooked due to their relatively high original mintage. While the 1953 penny may not be classified as a rare key date within the Lincoln cent series, its role as part of the final decade of wheat penny production ensures that it continues to hold a respected place in the hobby. Collectors aiming to complete a full Lincoln Wheat cent set from 1909 to 1958 recognize the importance of securing a well-preserved example from each year and mint location. Beyond monetary considerations, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny often carries sentimental value for those who inherit or discover it among family belongings. Coins from this era were once part of everyday life, used to purchase small items or make exact change in daily transactions. Today, holding such a coin can evoke a sense of connection to a time when even the smallest denomination had genuine purchasing power. As interest in historical coinage continues to grow, the 1953 Philadelphia Wheat penny remains a popular choice for beginners who wish to learn about grading, preservation, and the broader history of American currency. Ultimately, the long-term appeal of this coin lies in its blend of historical context, classic design, and accessibility. While millions were originally struck, finding an example that has remained in exceptional condition for more than 70 years is becoming increasingly challenging. This ongoing scarcity of high-quality specimens encourages collectors to carefully examine old collections and coin rolls in the hope of discovering a hidden treasure. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny stands as a reminder that even a simple 1-cent coin can carry a rich story shaped by decades of circulation, preservation, and collector interest, offering both historical insight and potential value to those who take the time to appreciate its details.